So, evidently, there was in the comments section, there was something that you wanted to ask me about?
Evidently.
So.
Yes, we got a comments question. So, what's the difference between, like, Lavazza will sometimes bag in bags and sometimes bag in cans?
Or micro roasters too. Your local roasters typically will have bags.
Yeah.
And I did a little research, and some of the reading I found said that one's as fresh as the other. So that wasn't the issue there.
Well, that's good.
So I know in the bag it allows it to off gas because they always have that one-way valve. Always do, or the bag would burst. So they can probably, a local roaster can roast it, bag it, get it out the door much faster. Whereas in big quantities like Lavazza, they do big stuff.
Absolutely. Well, they come in big bags too. The larger bags, at least.
And those have the off-gassing thing, but that's a nitrogen flush. That's a whole different topic kind of discussion. But the cans, I would imagine, and I've never been to Lavazza, but can you imagine they probably roast in big batches, let it off-gas, and then they put it in the can.
Right.
And the cans are cheaper is what I found. They are less expensive to produce. But can you imagine your micro roaster doing cans? He'd have to have this big canning operation.
Well, absolutely. And just the can sitting alone, that would take a big warehouse.
Exactly. So you've got, the bag might cost a little bit more for the little guy, but I can't imagine, you'd have to process so much coffee in a short amount of time to have that canning process.
Yeah, it must be a different process too.
Oh,
different machine.
Well, it's like those machines you see on TV where they're bottling soda and stuff, and it's going down this big line. Yeah, it's going down, and there's thousands of them going along. It's probably something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you wouldn't want that canning process in your small roastery.
Right.
Whereas the bag lends itself.
Well, and another thought is that as far as the person that's purchasing it, once they open it, now that can, you can't squeeze the air out. It's a can.
It's a can, right. You go at it with a hammer. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. No, that's where you have to buy an Airscape. Listed on our webpage, by the way.
Yeah. But with a bag, you can fold it over and get a lot more air out.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah,
and usually those bags are foil lined to allow them to be impervious to oxygen and all that, because the oxygen oxidizes the beans and makes them less fresh real fast. And air, light, UV.
Right.
I was reading about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So the cans are pretty and maybe a little more cheap on that side. But
cost effective, for the roaster. Anyway, that's our take on it.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.